The day after I went to the dormitory of girls, you know, I wanted to report that to the nuns, but it was there already. So when I went there in the afternoon, it was already sitting there with the nuns. They were talking together. And I'm telling you, my return was not nice. The nuns, the superior mother, who liked him a lot, and because they were all, the young nuns were all in love with him, obviously, and the superior mother, she, how do you say that? She didn't, know, say, I mean, she listened to him, obviously, and she told me and then he left. When I came to, he looked at me like, my dear, whatever you say, you're not gonna win. So I was there. He already said stuff about me there. So when I entered the premises of the of the dormitory of girls, the mother superior was like that I was a very bad girl and that I want to seduce the priest from day one. I was the person who had been after the priest, that I was seducing him, I was charming him, and then he was the victim. So I became I became the predator, and he was now the victim. And I said it's a lie. He actually tried to rape me, and I escaped. And then no, the mother, she slapped me on the face. She told me, if you ever talk about it again, if you ever try that again to, you know, make our institution being not seen right, you will get in trouble. And I will beat you. And she beat me later on. Huh? By the way, that woman, I will tell you the story later. She is strong. I mean, you see, she's older, but she has strength in her hands. The way she put me on the floor and she beat me, I was crying like a baby. I mean, at some point you want to resist. You say, "Oh, she's the old woman. I can." There was a girl that she beat like that. She had blood in her eyes. Me, I covered my face. The way she beat me, a nun. The way she beat me, I never forgot that. You know. And then yeah, she protect him. So I was now the girl who went to seduce the priest, and then I was the one who was charming him, and he resists me when the story was completely false. You know. And yeah, I was a predator. And for some reason, he was after me again because when I was somewhere one day, he was looking for some student who kind of left the dorm of the boys, you know, who kind of left the dorm of the boys by night because they went to my friend Frank, and I happened to be there that night because yes, I went through the gate. I left the dormitory girl because I saw people was fake. People were fake. You know, I don't like fake people. And I felt like, what's the point? They pretend that they are praying God. They don't pray God, but they do it wrong. So I was really revolted at that. I was really, really angry at this, disappointed at that period. So when we went there to Frank's place, we were all together. And again, there were many boys in the living room that day at the apartment of Frank. And there were probably 2 or 3 girls only that day. So yeah, when he came and say, you again? I was like, yeah, what did I do wrong? He told me you're supposed to be in dormitory, right? Like you are at night with boys at night. I was like, yeah, but I'm doing nothing wrong with them. I'm just playing. We are just doing we are playing chess. They teach me how to play chess. And he told me, but you're supposed to be at the dormitory. I say yes, but I had enough and I decided to leave. And he told me, you don't live like that. Okay, you don't live like that. I say, it's my own business. After what he said about me, after having beaten, you know, beaten, you know, and he was here talking to me like I'm telling you. It wasn't, when I told the story to my friend Frank was shocked. He was like, wow. So he was really into you, like seriously, you could feel. And actually, it's Frank who told me, be careful. This guy seemed to be like crazy. He had an obsession. So the more I was resisting, the more he was feeling like I was into him. I don't know. I mean, it looks like they are men. When women resist them, it's like they see it as a game. I don't know. And the other part to cut the story short, to cut the story because it's a little bit too long. So I was beaten after that, seriously. And he was now the victim, and I was the predator. When I didn't even know men, I didn't even go intimate with men, but I was accused of erring men anyway. So I remember after we went back on vacation back home, I went back home because I was still in contact with Frank. Frank went back to Gabon later on. Yeah, he was done with school and studies there. And me, I stayed in Gabon now and to finish my high school, my high school years to have my high school diploma. So my mom was like, she had, because of that event that happened to me there, my mom was like, she had to stay with us. It's enough. The boys can go back and she's gonna stay this year. So I was there. So my friend, I saw Frank. I saw him. I was so happy to see him. And he told me, guess what? I say, what? He told me, you're not gonna believe who I saw at the airport last time. I told him, he told me, you saw someone at the airport last time? And he said, yeah. You see who I saw at the airport? You wanna know who? And I said, yeah. Who did you see? The priest. He was in my hometown. And I say, how did you see us? He told me, I was just at the airport minding my stuff. I want to drop someone or I want to take something at the airport. And I saw the priest was here with a delegation, a group of people, the Catholic missionary stuff. I don't know how he decided to go to Gabon, but he was there in Libreville, my hometown. When he said that, I was shaking, I was scared. To tell you how that place was traumatic for me. Just thinking that it was in my hometown was making me shaking, you know. And he told me, "Don't worry." He left, and he even went to visit the Saint Paul Cathedral of Donguila, your village. He went there, so he was in Libreville, my hometown. He was there, saying that he came for missionary stuff. I'm sure that he probably thought that maybe he can stumble, it can happen to see me somewhere in town. Maybe I don't know, but that's obsession. What do you think about that? Tell me what you think about that because it was crazy. And yeah, that was the experience I had. Since then, when I see priests, I'm scared of priests, scared of them. And when I talk about that, and I have been slapped and beaten because of that situation, I was done with the Catholic. I was still, but then one day I escaped from my. I'll tell the story later on in my next video. Uh, it's a lot, so I have to do this first, and I'll talk to you about Don't for the Girls. The first day I went there, how I slept, the food. When I was sitting in the dining room, the big dining room where you are in Domitria, there's a big dining room, you know that, right? I was crying like a baby the first night, the way we were treated. The girl was like, don't worry, we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it, don't worry. Anyway, thank you for passing by, and I hope to see you soon. And I will make that video maybe next week, but this week I will just try to share with you these stories. Okay, bye.